Welcome back, Waltham. Hi, I'm Ben DeVasta.
And I'm Ryan Leonard. Have you ever run in the Patty's Road Race?
No, I'm not much of a runner myself, but I know I like handing out the water to the athletes.
Well, maybe you should consider running this year. Let's check out this segment on the Patty's Road Race from Moses and Ray.
The Patty's Road Race is a race put on by the O'Hara family for the Athletes Unlimited program. This year is the 12th anniversary of the race, and it will be held on October 20th in West Newton. Next, we caught up with our owner's son, Joey O'Hara. How are you associated with the Patty's Road Race?
My dad and my uncle own Patty's, and every year, this year on October 20th, we have a road race, and I usually just get my friends together and we volunteer for it.
Why did you decide to start the road race back in 2002?
We actually purchased the pub, and the pub already had the road race going. It used to be called the Troubadour Trot. The old name of the pub was the Troubadour. So we just took over a road race that was already existing. So it's been 12 years we've had the pub. We changed the name to the Patty Shlaley Shuffle.
Tell us about the Athletes Unlimited program in Newton.
The Athletes Unlimited program is one of the largest special needs programs in the state. They do swimming, golf, tennis, take people to games, all special needs athletes. It's an amazing program. You should go online and check it out.
What are some of your favorite parts of organizing this race?
It's a lot of work, but the result at the end is always worthwhile. We raise a lot of money. It looks like this year what the total is going to be over the 12 years is going to be $300,000 for special needs. So it's all done to help for the charity.
And how do you sign up for the Patty's Road Race?
To sign up, you can go to Mr. McGuire's room, and you can get the fill-out sheet for either volunteering or running it.
What are the ways to sign up for this race?
So the easiest way is to go to Coach McGuire, who's taking sign-ups. And if you go through him, you actually, I think it's the first 50 or so, get a special T-shirt just done for the Waltham students. So, or go to pattysroadrace.com. Either way. Their publicity is great for the restaurant. There's no two ways about it. And last year we had 2,000 runners, about 400 volunteers, probably another 300 or 400 people show up. So we'd say there's about 2,800 people there on a good weather day.
Did you know there was a Latin Club, Leonard?
No, I didn't.
Well, now you know.
Oh, all right. Well, let's check out this week's segment about the Latin Club from Ben and Andrew.
When did you join Latin Club?
Freshman year.
Joined freshman year.
Freshman year.
Latin Club.
Freshman year.
Well, why did you join Latin Club?
Everyone who takes Latin automatically gets joined into Latin Club.
Our Latin teacher, Miss Castillo, she advocated to join, and Derek Ferrari.
Yeah, Miss Castillo.
Seemed really fun, led by a great teacher, Miss Castillo. I was in Latin class, and I just wanted to, just felt the need to.
What does the Latin Club do?
We talk about Latin and discuss Latin grammar.
Well, we are making it more serious this year. We're going to start having meetings, getting, I think, sweatshirts and stuff.
Quarter zips.
Quarter zips, yeah. And then we're going to start having some little fiestas, I think.
Well, I'm not really sure yet. We have our first meeting on Thursday, October 10th. Every Latin Club member, anyone interested, should be there. Hopefully we're planning something fun that we can do for our last year at Waltham High School.
That was great. I wish I could read Latin.
Maybe you could get some books from the library.
Speaking about the library, let's check out this week's segment about the library from Juan and Matt.
Let me think what else is happening in the library. We have lots of new ebooks actually that you guys can check out. And so if you have an iPhone or one of those Samsung like Galaxy type phones or a Nook or a Kindle or a computer or any kind of device you can put an app on, you can download an ebook or an audiobook from the library's online catalog from our website, and there's tons of stuff you guys can check out. So tutoring in the library, yes, a couple days a week, and right now I'm blanking on which days those are. There's tutoring after school in the library, and a lot of students don't know the library is actually open before school and after school, 4 days a week, and on Monday through Thursday until 3:30 every single day. And there's tutoring for anything. So if you're having trouble in math or you're having trouble in English or whatever you do, and they can help you with the tutoring program. So.
This is the new Innovation Lab in the high school. We're located in the back of the library in the former multimedia room. And why is it innovation, you ask? Well, we have a whole new set of student iPads in this room, as you can see as I break it. As the district heads to a one-to-one student to iPad ratio, here in the high school, we were lucky enough to get a cart in this room. And you might say, what are these chairs for? Well, they're for bouncing, but they're also for students to be creative and be innovative in the lab. So there's that. Also, my name is Mr. Long, and not only do I teach business classes here at the high school, I am also part-time working with teachers and students in this room and other computer labs to help them with technology, integrate technology into a project or a lesson or a unit. I work closely with Ms. Beninti, and we'll be guiding teachers and students through really awesome stuff on these iPads in their classes.
Is everyone allowed in this room?
Well, you are allowed in this room, but only with your classes. It's not open for general use yet. Maybe someday in the future, but for now, teachers will sign out this room and bring your class here, and you'll do the project in this room. The iPads will live here.
How do you think this benefits students?
I mean, I guess the question would be, how would it not benefit students? But it benefits students because it's hands-on, it's interactive, it's 21st century. It gets you out of the textbook, it gets you out of just a lecture sort of situation in your class, and allows you to explore so many resources out there and that are mostly free, or a lot of them are free, and it gets teachers to think a little bit about how they teach and how they can stay on their toes and change the curriculum and update their projects to keep everyone who's in high school now engaged. You go home and everyone's attached to their phone and on iPads and on computers and watching TV, so let's bring that into the classroom and show everyone that these things can be a learning tool also.
I've never been in the library, probably because I can't read.
Well, it's a good thing you don't need to be able to read to participate in the Hawk Spirit Project.
Oh gee, I'm so excited to see it. Let's check out this week's segment about the Hawk Spirit Project from Jeff and the incredible, amazing Lee.
The Hawk Spirit Project was first introduced last year as a way to garner more support for the athletes of Waltham High. This week, we caught up with some students and teachers for their thoughts on it.
Athlete, does it help you when students come and support you?
It helps us, as not just me, but the team as a whole, when we see more people in the stands, because it lets us know that people are supporting us.
Do you think the Spirit Project is a good idea?
I think the Spirit Project is a good idea because you get to get out of your realm and go and help and support other teams.
Yeah, the Spirit Week is going good. A lot of teams are participating. The field hockey team went to the soccer game, and the soccer team supported the field hockey last week. So, yeah, it'd be nicer if more teams participated, but so far it's been good.
All right, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Well, the inspiration was from our coaches group. A number of different coaches like to see the culture change a little bit here in terms of athletics, getting more athletes to support each other's programs. So I think we started last year, and had some pretty good results in terms of, and the concept is to get each coach to identify one game that they would like to see a lot of people turn out at their home game, and then to get other coaches, in this particular case, fall coaches, to get their teams, maybe it's a team bonding thing or building thing, to go support other games. And it's been okay. Some teams have embraced it and been very supportive. Others, hopefully we can do a better job as this goes along. But I think it means a lot to the athletes to see other students at games, other teachers at games, other coaches at games. So we're still in the initial stages, but we hope to make this a good tradition and get it to be more supportive as time goes on. We did it all throughout last year, and we're trying to get it going. So this is the second year that we've done it. And like I said, we're still in our infantile stages. There's been a couple of times where a coach has chosen a game where every other team is playing that day, so it's hard to get a team down there to support. But we're getting better as it goes. But we're hoping that this becomes a long-standing tradition and get more teams down there supporting each other.
We kind of partner up with the group of coaches that gets a process going, and we trying to help them get the kids there, or if the schedule changes or whatever, nailing down the schedule to start with, what the home games are, what the best games are, to have, create the opportunity for the students to be able to be there and watch them. Sometimes there's a lot of conflict, so that's something that has to be worked out at the start of the season. But mostly it's like everybody else in the building, encourage the kids to get there, encourage the coaches and the other teams, if they don't have a game that day, to get down and support their fellow athletes.
How can kids get involved in it?
Well, I mean, it's very easy. They just have to follow the schedule or the announcements so that they can check their schedules and make sure they don't schedule any conflicts. Other than that, like I said, for some of the teams that are playing in the fall, it's not that easy.
All right, thank you.
Wow, now I want to join.
Be quiet, Leonard, and get out of here.
Oh, all right. Well, I could run out of here since I'm thinking of taking up cross country.
Yeah, no one cares, Leonard. But let's check out that segment from John and Brendan about cross country.
Cross country is a fall sport, and it is long distance running, but don't let that scare you. Our races are 5K, which is 3.1 miles. So we run a lot, and during the week, during practice, we run various distances on roads or on trails.
It's off course, so it's not on a track. It can be in the woods, could be pavement, it could be turf.
And the races, because it's called cross country, they are sometimes on trails, roads, there's maybe dirt paths, rocks, we've had a sand pit here and there, hills, that kind of stuff. So it's not your traditional around the track sort of running.
So cross country is a fall sport, and we run across town through the woods, and we have meets every Wednesday.
What's the most difficult part about cross country?
Well, running, but mainly overcoming that mental block that you'll get. Probably a mile and a half into a race, you start to get really tired, but you have to push yourself past that part and keep running.
Cross country is a varsity fall sport, and we run everywhere.
I have 3 captains this year on the team. Seniors, the girls' captain is Caitlin Brophy, and the boys' captains are Roger LaCroix and Chris Kelleher.
What are your responsibilities of being captain?
I don't know, making sure everyone does like if the coach gives a workout for us or something, I have to enforce it. I have to make sure people behave, and I'm kind of the middleman between the team and the coach.
We're doing well. The DCL, the Dual County League, is really competitive, and it's a big running league. They have a lot of all-star runners. So we're doing well. The kids are improving every week. Roger LaCroix has been winning a lot of races, which is great. But as a team, it's more than just an individual sport. It is a team sport. So each week we get better, and we get closer to beating people and making a dent in other teams and their egos and things. So that's good. The last meet of the year will be the DCL meet with everyone, so it'll be interesting to see what teams we get to run against that we didn't get to during the regular season.
All right, thank you very much.
Hey, Ben, how'd you do on your MCAS?
I got a perfect 3 out of 3 with needs improvement.
Wow, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I probably should have checked out the MCAS prep classes like Iskander and Cam did this week.
All right. Where and when are the MCAS prep classes?
Well, the MCAS prep classes are going on right now, and they are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We have English on 2 of the days, which is Tuesday and Thursday, and we have math on Mondays and Wednesdays, and that's after school from 2 to 3 o'clock.
And who teaches these classes?
An English teacher teaches the English classes to prepare for MCAS retests, and a math teacher teaches the math classes for the MCAS retest.
Would you recommend these for the juniors that have to retake the test?
Absolutely. It would be for juniors and seniors retaking the test, and also it would be for students who have not taken the MCAS test before.
What are you teaching in the MCAS prep classes?
We're preparing students for the retest coming up in November. We meet Mondays and Wednesdays after school in the library. And we'll be doing this through the first week in November right up until the retest date.
And would you recommend this to any junior that has to retake the MCAS?
Yeah, any junior or senior that has to retake the MCAS should be at these programs. Good student-to-teacher ratio, and we provide snacks.
Do you recommend these prep classes for any juniors retaking the MCAS?
Absolutely. Any junior who did not pass the math, ELA, or science requirement should absolutely positively take the classes. In addition, any new students to Waltham High School who need to pass should also take these classes.
And do you know when the MCAS retakes are?
Yes, in November, just about a month from now. The ELA will be on Wednesday, November 6th, 7th and 8th, then the long weekend for Veterans Day, and then math is 12th and 13th, Tuesday and Wednesday.
I never like having lockdowns because I'm scared of the dark.
Yeah, well, maybe the new lockdown procedure will make you more comfortable.
Hopefully, because I don't want to have another accident like last year.
That's pretty disgusting. Well, let's check out mine and Lucas's segment about the ALICE program.
The ALICE program is a response to the lockdowns that we used to have. Now, the lockdowns came about because there were tragedies in high schools where there were people that came in and caused conflict in the school, gunmen, like at Columbine. So after Columbine, school officials and also law enforcement officials wanted to do something to help protect students, so they came up with a lockdown procedure. Now with the lockdown, students stay in their room along with the teachers. They're quiet, the lights go off, and over time the law enforcement officials started to say, well, is this the best response? Because if there's an intruder in the building down at one end, should everyone else in the other part of the building stay there? So the ALICE training gives students and teachers options for doing different things if there is an intruder in the building.
The ALICE program is our new program that we're implemented within the school district. It's a modified lockdown. It's giving students and teachers the options, instilling them with the options of how to prevent school intruders. The ALICE acronym stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate, not necessarily in that order. Monday at our recent building meeting, the SROs, along with other outside agencies, including principals from other school districts that are also ALICE instructor trained. We had a fire captain here. There were other SROs that were able to assist with us. We were able to get the teachers all into the classroom to act as students, and depending upon the different scenarios, what the instructions and what the information that was given over the loudspeaker, they had to make an informed decision as to what the best option was for them in the classroom.
This was to give them an ability to do something if they had an ability to do that, or an opportunity to do that. And this is what this is for. It's to give them another look at a situation, and is there a better way to handle it than just lockdown. So it's just options, no right or wrong answers. It's what you feel and what you're comfortable with them doing. So,
I think the ALICE program is a great program. I think, in my opinion, it is definitely better than the traditional lockdown that we've practiced in the past.
I think it's a great change from what we have been using. The lockdown system we previously had been using was a stay-in-place system that made you more vulnerable if, God forbid, something were to happen in the schools. Whereas the ALICE program allows you to take action and assess the situation and do what's best for you and your students.
Well, right now, in instituting the ALICE program, the local police and some outside groups are working with the staff and showing them what this is all about. And they'll also be working with parents, and they're doing a presentation actually tonight through the citywide PTO on what this is all about. And then a next phase, once we go through all levels of the schools, high school, middle, and elementary, is there'll be some training for students as well.
The next step, what we're hoping now that we have spoken to all the teachers and gave them the overview of the ALICE program, where they've done the practical scenarios, we're hoping that we'll also do these drills with the students, facilitating a teacher in the classroom and then also the students doing that. We'll be doing it citywide, so it goes from the high school to the middle school and the elementary school. Clearly the elementaries and some of the younger middle school students will be given different options when it comes to the counter part. But we will be instilling the drills and the practice part into each of the classrooms too. So the students will be participating in regular drills as they do for like their fire drills.
So what do you think the ALICE program stands for?
Active learning in safety?
No.
No?
activate, identify, communicate, execute, exit.
All lockdown, intelligence, control, education.
Active lockdown, initiation, crisis emergency.
Oh, I think I know it. It's alert, lockdown, inform, counter, evacuate.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
With this new lockdown, it looks like you won't have any more accidents, Ben.
Yeah, it's not very healthy when I do.
Well, maybe you should join the health club with Miss Davini. Joey and Colin caught up for some more information.
This week we focused on this year's health club. We caught up with Miss Davini, the health club advisor, Miss Parsons, a health teacher, as well as some WHS students. What is health club?
Health Club is a club for anyone that's interested in practicing healthy lifestyle behaviors, everything from yoga to helping out with some taste testing of new foods in the CAF to organizing the spring health fair. It basically is if you're interested in health and wellness, if you see yourself working in that industry potentially, or if you just like to practice healthy habits on your own, then it's a good club for you.
What are some upcoming activities for Health Club?
So we are doing yoga once a month. We actually have our first yoga this Thursday the 9th, and then we have another one, I think the next is November 7th, and one more in December. So those are the 3 dates that I've booked. We're also going to have a team running the 5K on October 20th in Newton, which I'm excited about. And I guess that's kind of it for right now. Yeah, those are the major ones.
Why is it important to make healthy decisions?
I think it's important to live a healthy lifestyle so that you feel better about yourself, you have more energy, and you just overall have a better quality of life.
And what should kids do to become healthy?
Kids should, first of all, get enough sleep. They should eat well and exercise and make good choices.
Awesome, thank you. Why is it important to make healthy decisions?
I think it's important because if you're healthy, you stay more in shape and you'll live longer.
Because you want to be fit and be the best you can be. Yeah.
So that you're able to live a longer, happier lifestyle.
So you can live a healthy lifestyle.
To be a healthy person, you don't want to get sick. Stay healthy, physical, and active. It's good for school, I guess. Helps learning, I'd assume.
Healthy decisions are a big part of your life. Your diet is a big part. You can work out as much as you want, but if you're not eating right, you're not doing it right. And you can turn out like Kevin Snow, a 3-sport varsity athlete, just crazy athlete, crazy good. He eats healthy. So eat healthy and be like Kevin Snow. That's my motto for the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, you know, being an athlete, like working hard is all that, lifting, but eating right too is one part of being a good athlete.
And how do you make healthy decisions?
Healthy decisions, like physically or mentally?
Either.
I guess I play football, so that's healthy. And I eat healthy. Apples, fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, I play sports and make sure I eat right every day.
You know, eat like fruits, vegetables, meat.
I eat healthy and stay active.
Leonard, do you get in much trouble?
Nah, I try to stay out of trouble as much as I can. What about you?
No, I'm a bad boy.
Well, then you should pay close attention to this segment about the rules and regulations by Colin Benice.
What is your view on the hat policy?
Well, I don't think wearing a hat is really anything wrong. You know, you're not really breaking, well, now it's breaking a rule, but you're not technically breaking any rules because you're not committing crimes. It's just a hat. It's a way to keep your head warm and protect your eyes from the sun, because UV rays are pretty destructive to your corneas and everything, so you don't want to mess up your eye from the sun or the glare, you know.
What is your opinion about the cell phone policy?
I think that it should be okay to use in the hallways and at lunch or stuff like that, but sort of a respect thing during class. So,
well, in the handbook we have an electronics use policy, and that was made several years ago. So, electronic devices in the past were a disruption in the class, so we don't want to have a lot of disruptions. Teachers don't want those disruptions. They want you to focus on learning. Right now, though, we find a lot of cell phones and other devices are very beneficial in the classroom. We're going to do an iPad pilot in the middle school. Some of our students and teachers at the high school have iPads now, so we do need to update that. I am planning on having what I call a student congress, students from different groups who will get together, and I'm going to ask them for their input, student input, on a new electronic device policy. So in the future we will see that and hopefully have the use of cell phones and things like that in the classroom for educational uses being allowed. Well, the hat issue and the hood issue are really tied to the dress code in the school, and we have the reasons for dress codes are tied to community standards and also student safety. So I think it's obvious that if you have a hood over your head, teachers might not be able to tell who you are. So that's a safety issue. So we want to make sure that everyone is safe in the school and that we know who's in the school. So that's the reason for that. The hats might not be as obvious, but it's a similar issue with identity. It's also an issue that we learned proactively from other schools that there have been some problems going on in past years. So students in other schools might wear hats that are associated with groups, negative groups, and we don't want that here. So to be proactive, we limit the use of hats. Under the acceptable use policy that everyone signs, there are certain things that you have to uphold when you're a school, and there's some federal laws and regulations that we have to uphold. So there are sites that have to be blocked because of that. So we are trying to update that and trying to make sure that you're allowed access to some appropriate sites and things like that. We are going to allow school YouTube, like a school YouTube. I think it's called SchoolTube, and so I think students are going to have access to that. But we have to make sure that you're not exposed to, in schools anyway, exposed to content that's unacceptable.
Well, that's all the time we have for you this week. For WHS News Now, I'm Ryan Leonard.
And I'm Ben DeVosta. Have a good day, everybody.